Hey, what's going on, good people? Look, today I want to talk to a specific kind of person. I want to talk to the person who wants more out of life. Like, you might not even be in a bad place right now. You might be doing okay in your life, but deep down, you know that there is more for you. You know that there is more to experience, that there is more for you to become. You might wake up every day going through your day to day, handling your responsibilities, but something inside of you knows that this is not it. You know that there is more to life. You know that there is more that life has to offer. And maybe you don't even know how to get there. Maybe you don't know how to become more or what steps to take for you to grow. But I want to encourage you today and just share a few things that have helped me on my journey to becoming more. And I'll be honest, I'm 27 years old today, and you may be like, okay, you're 27. What do you know about becoming more? What do you know about growing? What do you know about being more, having more, and doing more? Well, my whole life has been a journey of me wanting to be more. Like, since the time of me being a child, from the very beginning, I wanted to be more. I wanted to do more, and I wanted to have more. And I knew that it was possible. Even when I didn't see the path, even when I did not know what I was going to do to be more, to have more, and do more, I always believed. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. I want you to know how you can actually become more, because the truth be told, it's not luck. The truth be told, is not going to happen overnight, because, when it comes to becoming more, like where you are right now and going to the next level in your life, it's not just an overnight success. Like, it starts with something very simple. It starts with something internal. And the thing that it starts with, it really starts with what you believe. It starts with what you believe about yourself, what you believe about your life. What do you believe you can get? What do you believe that you can grow into? That's what it starts with. It starts with you having the belief that more is available to you. And I know that as we go through our time in life and as we go through our day to day, sometimes we get stuck. We get stuck not really believing that there is more for our life. And the reason why, because for some of us, it seems like we've just been trying and trying and trying and trying, but nothing has been working. It seems like we've been trying to, we say we want more. We pray for more, but yet we don't really see the more in our life. We don't really see us becoming more. We don't really see ourselves doing more. But it starts with belief, because you have to believe that you were made for more. You have to believe that it is more for your life than what you see right now. You have to believe that there is more for your life than what you're currently experiencing. And other than belief, on that journey of becoming more, what I have learned is that you really have to focus on input, because what you feed your mind determines your future. If you want to be more, you got to learn more. And I had to realize there was a season where I stopped feeding myself the right things. I stopped reading. I stopped listening to educational podcasts. I stopped listening to the people that was teaching me different things for me and my life. As far as on my journey to having more, I would listen to Myron Golden. I would listen to Eric Thomas. I would listen to Ray Lewis. I would listen to Robert Kiyosaki. I would listen to Dan Martell. I would listen to Alex Hormozy, Layla Hormozy. I would listen to different people on different topics, Bishop T.D. Jakes, Steve Harvey. Like, it was so many people that I would listen to, that I was filling myself up with things that were really helping me to become more. The David Shands podcast, like, I would listen to Social Proof so that I can grow as an entrepreneur, so that I can grow and that I can be better. I would listen to Dave Ramsey, how he taught about all these financial lessons for people, that are struggling, living paycheck to paycheck, who have all this debt. Those are the things that I was listening to, but I stopped filling my mind with the things that challenge me and stretch me, because I was busy living. Like, I was living, but I wasn't growing. You see, I got to a point in my life where at the peak of my success so far in my life to where in that year I made over $750,000. I was so busy doing the day-to-day work. I was so busy being busy in the work that I was doing, managing my businesses, because I ran multiple businesses at that time, managing my investments because I was investing in things. I was investing in people's businesses. And, it was a lot that I was doing by myself. And I got so busy that I didn't take the time anymore to continue to grow myself. You see, I was living, but I was not growing. And that's where a lot of people get stuck, because that's where I got stuck. Like, you want more, but you're not feeding yourself anything new, right? Like, you want to be more in life. You want to have more in life, but yet you're only focused on what's in front of you. You only are focusing on the things that you already know, and you're not growing because you're not learning anything new. You're not growing because you're not surrounding yourself with even people that you're not surrounding yourself with people who are at another level than you. And the thing about this and why it's really important is, if nothing changes on the inside, nothing will ever change on the outside. That's the truth, right? Becoming more, it starts with exposure. Like, you have to expose yourself to new ideas, to new information, and new ways of thinking. The books that you read, the videos that you watch, and the conversations that you have, those are the things that shape you. And I know a lot of times it seems so cliche, and it seems like, oh, wow, that is so simple. But man, it's really the simple things that change your life. It's really the simple things that make you better. Like, you may want to be a better spouse right now. Well, start reading books on marriage. Like, you may want to have more money in your life. Well, start learning about wealth and mindset. You may want to grow spiritually, right? Well, growing spiritually, read the word. Surround yourself with teachings that challenge you. Because just like they say, leaders are readers and learners are earners. Learners are earners and leaders are readers. And the reason why they are that is because, man, if you want to move forward in life, if you want more in any area of your life, if you want to be better, it starts with learning. It starts with learning and growing right here in the mind, because you can't give what you don't have, and you can't become what you have not been exposed to. And I know this because even in my experience in life, like even where I am right now, I've been talking to younger men because I'm building me up a coaching program to mentor some young men. And one of the things that I've learned is I talk to them and I ask them, hey, do you want more in life? Do you want to be more in life? And the truth is they have all said, man, yes, I want to be more. Like, man, I want to have money, Josh. I want to be successful. Like, I want to be able to take care of my mom and, all of these things. And the thing that I hear, I'm like, man, that is really great. But the thing that I've learned is they are not being exposed to more. Like, they are not being exposed to the life that they can have. And then when I share my story and my journey with them, their eyes light up. Like, man, you made over $750,000 after you quit your job. Man, you had this business, you had that business. Man, you received a check for that much. And I'm like, no, yes, I have. And this is real. Like, I lived in the biggest house that I ever lived in. When I was 24 years old, I made more money than any of my brothers and sisters ever made. And I really think I made more money. I don't really know, because my father, he passed away. But I think I made more money than my dad ever made in a year, maybe even in 5 years. And I'm not saying that to brag, but I say that because it's like, man, the reason why that happened is because I exposed myself to more. I started to learn, I started to read books and do all of those things so that my mind can grow, so that I can grow and I can become better. But other than learning, and this is the next thing that I want to talk about, other than learning and reading, right, and really just trying to get all the information and get education, the thing that's really important is application. The thing that's important is not just for you to read all day, because if you don't apply it, then nothing changes. If you don't apply what you are learning, if you don't apply and take actions on the things that you are learning, then nothing is going to change in your life. And I met a guy, man, a couple months ago, and he said something that was really, really powerful. He said, knowledge is powerful, but applied knowledge is undefeated. And that really hit me when he said that. I was filming a podcast and he said that. And I was like, man, that is like the dopest quote that I ever heard. He said, knowledge is powerful, but knowledge is undefeated. He said, knowledge is powerful, but applied knowledge is undefeated. And what he was saying was, yes, knowing everything, knowing how to do the thing, that is great. That's really powerful. That is so powerful. But when you actually take the next step, when you actually do what you are learning, when you actually apply that knowledge, then you become undefeated. You become undefeated, because it's one thing to know something, but it's another thing to actually live it. The difference between dreamers and doers is one word. It's application. It's applying yourself. See, dreamers, they collect information all day long, but they don't apply it. People who have dreams, people who have wishes, they study, they read, they learn, they take this course, they read this book, pay for this mentor, but they don't apply it. They don't apply nothing that they learn. And that's the thing. That's the biggest difference, is application. So what I want to tell you is that whatever you're learning right now, whatever you're going to learn, the books that you're going to read, please apply it. Because if you're reading about discipline, start practicing it tomorrow. Like if you're learning about forgiveness, right? Go make that phone call like today. Do it, right? Don't wait. If you're learning about business, take one step toward your idea this week. The thing about it, and even as I've been on my journey of growing and really becoming more in my life and really going to me being my best self in life, Layla Hormozi, she always says something, none of that stuff matter if you don't take action. She says, just start, do the thing. Like she even talks about, reading books. Like you don't need to, she made a video. She said, you don't need to read another book. Just do what you already know to do. And that's what I want to encourage you guys with today. Don't just learn, but live what you learn. And after, you start applying, the thing about it is, I don't want you to get discouraged, because the truth is, when you do it one time, you might not see no results. The truth is, when you take that one first step, you might not see no results. I'm just being honest. And once you start applying yourself, then the thing that you're supposed to do is be consistent, because you're not just going to see a change in one day. You're not just going to see a change in 2 days, in 1 week. Sometimes it may take months. Sometimes it actually may take years for you to see your growth. It may take years for you to actually become the best version of yourself, for you to be more, do more, and have more. But the thing about it is, growth, it's not instant, but it's built through repetition. It's built through you showing up and being disciplined, because you can't become more in a week. You can't become more in a day, but brick by brick, habit by habit. That's how you grow. And I had to learn not to get frustrated with the process, because I know that some of you, you're not going to grow fast enough. But here's the truth. Just because you don't see the fruit yet doesn't mean that the seed isn't working. And I read the Bible, and I'm a believer, you guys. And in the Bible, it talks about not getting weary and well doing. For if you faint not, you shall receive your harvest. You shall receive your reward. And that's the thing about being disciplined. That's the thing about consistency, is that don't get weary and well doing. I'm telling you, for those of you who don't think that reading books is going to change your life, for those of you who don't think that taking the course and, applying yourself and learning is going to help, I'm telling you that it will. It is a good thing. You working on yourself, you developing yourself each and every day is good, but don't get weary in it. Right? Don't get weary in doing well. Don't faint. Don't quit. Don't give up just because you don't see the results in 1 day, in 2 days. Don't quit just because you don't see the results in 6 months. Because the thing about this every book that you read, every positive decision that you choose to make, every time that you choose to grow over comfort, you're planting seeds. And over time, those seeds grow into confidence, into wisdom, into opportunities and results. And you don't have to rush the process. Just stay consistent. Just be willing to put in small amounts of work each and every day, and you will become more. Like a quote, not even a quote, but my mentor, he asked me a challenging question, like the first time that I sat down with him. And he said, Josh, I want to ask you a question. I want you to think this through. He said, if I told you, hey, Josh, if you eat this elephant, I'll give you $1 million. How would you eat the elephant? And he said, really think about it. Like, how would you eat the elephant? You know, if I gave you $1 million, I say, hey, you got to eat this elephant. I'll give you $1 million. How would you eat it? And I'm thinking, I'm just like, man, this is a really weird question. But I know it's a back end behind it because, like, this is my mentor. Like, you know, he's very successful. And I'm over here thinking, really, okay, man, you know, it wouldn't be something very simple. I'm thinking it's complex. So I'm thinking. And I was just like, oh, man. I said, you know what? I said, I'll start with eating. No. I said, I'll start with eating like the toe or something like that, like the leg. And he was like, really? And then I'm like, yeah, I'll start with eating the leg. Cause that's the smallest thing, you know? And he was like, well, let me give you the answer. The fastest way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. That's what he told me. He said it's one bite at a time. Ever since then, that's how I think about my life. And that's how I think about me wanting to be more and, you know, solving problems in my life and going through certain things. For me, it's like, man, it happens one bite at a time, right? Becoming more and doing more and having more, it comes with one step at a time, one book at a time, over and over and over and over and over, applying what you learn from the book, over and over and over, applying what you learn from the podcast. That's how you become more. That's how you do more. And that's how you be more. It's just by one step at a time. So I want to tell you, it doesn't matter where you are right now. You can be more. You can do more and you can have more, but it starts inside of you. And one thing about it, you might not have the resources, but you have a mind. You might not have the connections yet. You might not be connected with the right people, but you have a vision. You might not be where you want to be right now, but you are on your way. So don't let what you see make you forget what's possible. This is the moment when you have to have faith, because if you're breathing, there is more inside of you. You just have to make the decision that I'm not settling for who I've been. I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. You have to repeat that to yourself and tell yourself every single day, even on the hard days, even on the days to where you've been putting in work and you've been working on yourself, but yet you feel like your life is a mess. Yet you feel like you have not made any progress. You have to remind yourself that you are becoming more. So that's my encouragement for you today, okay? Start feeding your mind with new input. Start applying what you learn and stay consistent. Stay disciplined, because that's how transformation happens. That is how change happens. And if this video encouraged you, I want you to share this with a friend. Send it to somebody that you love and tell them, hey, I know you were made for more. Because I believe that for you, and I believe that for them too. I really do believe that. So keep growing, keep believing, and keep becoming more, because your story is not over. It's just getting started. Believe that on today and know that even on the hard moments, your story is not over. It's just getting started.